Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Just ADHD Girlies. I'm Caroline.
And I'm Shannon.
And we're back after a hiatus. So sorry.
Casual.
Life has been life-ing us.
For sure.
So life and hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I started summer classes at like the end of May, and Shannon has been booked and busy with Sunny Soul, and we've just been doing it. But we're not gone. We're here.
Not gone.
We're here to stay, and we're back. How many times am I going to say we're back?
We're back. We didn't leave. And we didn't take a break. We were just...
I think summer's just going to be like this.
Broke for time.
Yeah.
We were time poor. Is that a good thing?
That's going to be the future.
Rich in life, poor in time.
That's going to be our future, I think. I've been watching the new Doctor Who on Disney Plus.
Okay.
And there's this one episode where they're like, what do they say? I think she says like bubble on, and it's like a social media bubble, and they don't even walk themselves. Like the bubble it's like Siri, but it's like never turns off.
That's kind of scary.
It's scary. It's very like Black Mirror vibes for sure.
It's like too real.
Yeah.
It's like that's the future actually.
Yeah, and it like throws up, and like I think that's how they
I thought I only had one earring in. So if you guys can solve and go like this, like I literally thought I was like at least put it on the side you guys could see. Because I always turn my head this way.
No, I've done that.
Also,
before.
I always mess with my hair, and I just have like naturally like.
It's almost like we have ADHD.
Pretty. Yeah, right? It's like, I feel like now that it's like summertime, is it officially summer? Is the day? I don't know. Summer starts for me at this first warm day over 65.
I feel like it is for us because the kids are like officially out of school.
Yeah.
And like, summer is summering now.
Rolling.
Yeah.
It's rolling. I'm busy like a summer.
Yeah.
But I think it's just more socially acceptable to be like
a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like my hair could be more frizzier.
Yeah.
My makeup could be very minimal.
Yeah. That's what I loved about living in North Carolina. Like, I would literally
Maybe
like...
it's just where we live. We can't be like that every day.
No, like, I love being a mess. I love, like, the little shorts and a baggy t-shirt and your hair's in a messy bun. Yeah. And you're like...
That's the at-home mom fit every day.
Yeah.
That's the stay-at-home mom fit.
I want to hide my dogs. My dogs are out today.
Yeah. I don't know why I keep...
hiding the dogs. Hopefully you guys can't see them.
Yeah.
You don't know why what? Sorry.
I don't remember. Don't even remember.
Oh, Shannon has a little brand sponsorship that you want to show? Your little butterfly?
Yeah, she's great. It is this little pillow. They were so kind and loving to send me this maternity pillow. I'll stand up.
This is our first
still in the era of it's not that
product collab.
Yeah, it's like a little. Looks like a butterfly.
It's so
cute.
Sleep with
it. I sleep with it wrong. I think you're supposed to sleep with it like this. Like this.
It almost kind of looks like a little like a little dog bone. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But like
it's a butterfly.
I see the butterfly.
With cute little, like you can take this out and wash it, and it comes with like a bunch of different covers. I got the purple one, and I think I sleep with it wrong because I usually sleep with it like on my side like this, and then I have my phone sitting like this.
Right.
Not that I sleep like that all night, but.
You know what I love? The space in the middle, because that space always ends up deflating anyway.
Yeah, and then you're like, I don't want it to be puffy there.
Right.
Because then it's really uncomfortable. But
yeah.
I love her. She's really great.
I love her. Thank you so much, too.
Butterfly maternity.
Ooh, love them.
She's very interchangeable.
It's so cute.
Yeah, we love it. It's very comfy. I like it.
And I feel like it'll last, like, forever.
Yeah. Also, it came with this piece. They're an Australian company, I'm pretty sure. Let me just cover up my legs.
Hide the dogs.
Yeah, hide the dogs. No free dogs here. They also have, like, it's supposed to be, like, also, like, a nursing pillow, I think.
Totally.
There's, like, all kinds of covers and, like, stuff. I also got one that, it's, like, kind of like a neutral rainbow kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like a very neutral rainbow pattern, and it has, like, ties on it so you could like tie it onto you.
Yeah.
And it's an Australian company, which I really like.
Yeah. They just do it better there.
They just think outside the box.
Yeah.
They also sent me a Tim Tam.
Oh.
And I was like,
I've never tried one of those.
You can send me more. I ate it. I didn't even save it.
Immediately.
I was like, you're coming home with me.
Yeah, no.
It was great.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool to work with like local brands and like that they even want to work with us.
Even
like
though Australia's
just
not
little
local.
us.
Australia is not local.
No. Well, small businesses.
Yeah.
Small businesses
Yeah.
outside of the
They're really
country.
good. Yeah. All businesses, any business.
That
You
wants to
want my
work with
business?
us.
But yeah, it's really comfortable and it's nice. I'm actually fighting my daughter for it half the time too. She's
I'm sure.
Ooh,
Yeah.
purple pillow.
Layla,
Awesome.
oops, well, it's fine, whatever. She was obsessed with my maternity
Yeah.
pillow. Like, when I was pregnant with him, like, oh my God, like, just
Yeah,
always on my stuff.
I love it.
Yeah. We're back.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's hear about Sunny Soul. What's been going on with Sunny Soul Life?
She's been going.
Yeah.
She's definitely in her era right now because it's summer. A lot of people want a lot of the things that we have just because that's not me like tooting my own.
No,
everybody wants my stuff.
No, I think we should talk about the pros and cons.
A lot of the stuff that like I think that the Sunny Soul Life, like obviously I work with it's me and my mom's company. We do it together. Everything is partnership.
Right.
Like, we don't do. I mean, she does a lot of the meat and cheese of everything.
But you guys have wanted to do this since like you were pregnant with.
I actually wanted to start my own business like before I went away to school. I just didn't know what it was.
Right.
Because I always wanted to work for myself.
Yeah.
And I am.
Yeah.
And like 1,000 different little places. I also really liked that for me, the Sunny Soul Life, like what it was, is like, it's like a brand. Like it's an overall brand lifestyle.
Right.
I'm not saying like, I don't know.
No, it's like a lifestyle brand.
Yeah, like it's a lifestyle brand. Like it's, I want to do, like right now it's like very beachy. It's very summer right now. I mean, sunny. Like, I want to have, obviously, like, there's always going to be room to grow. There's always going to be more stuff that I'm adding. I mean, everything that I have is Sunny Soul. Like, my dresses, my little...
The linen little...
Yeah, the little... I don't know. It's cold down here, guys. I always have to prepare myself for something that's...
Linen... Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to think. Flannel? Kind of? Little linen flannel? No.
Flannel and linen.
But no.
We're learning so much in the fashion industry.
For real.
Together. It's funny. So, yeah, there's like, it's like for me, the Sunny Soul like brand or whatever, it's like a lifestyle brand where it's like.
It's endless.
There's so many things that I want to be able to do, like. With clothing, with like, you know, my family and I travel so much.
So much.
So much. A lot of it is like not like, oh, we're always traveling, but like, I mean, we love to be outdoors. Like my daughter is like,
this is your time of year to travel too.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is also like with the whole thought of wanting to travel and stuff. We are moving around and going and doing a lot of things, and it's actually funny because a friend of mine was talking to me about like how business was going, and I was like, it's going, like, you know, like it's a startup business, but it's going, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, we were talking about, like, she was like, oh, have you done any events? And I was like, it's an online store. Yeah. And she was like, why don't you bring the store to events? And I was like, yes. Yeah. So I will be doing my first event. Me and my mom will be going to this event in... this month. I'm trying to think of, like, at the end. It's, like, the end of June.
Like the last weekend of June?
Yeah, it's, like, the last weekend of June. We're going out of area, but not too far. Also, if anybody in this, like, I would like to do pop-up events. I've decided to, like, it was me being shy, also not telling anybody that we were having another kid, and I was like, I look way too big, not for people to be like...
Well, and it's hard to, like, as a content creator or, like, small business, whatever, it's hard to go from, like... being a private person to then a part of your, because even though it's your business, it is still your personal life, and finding that happy medium like of what's yours and what's sharing.
There's definitely like, because not to be whatever, but like we have kind of like recorded some of our like our trips and our stuff, and I love to make reels with my daughter. I mean, not like she's like doing the TikTok thing. She's literally 3 years old. Right. She's not doing that, but it's like
you have that like internal battle.
Yeah. Of like, because it's tough because you're like, do you want to like, I don't want to turn into like, oh, we're our YouTube family. That's not the vibe either. But also I feel like there's just such like a feel with the Sunny Soul Life of getting people to be like, while Sunny Soul Life looks all sunshine and rainbows because it's the lifestyle. It's like you're outside, you're doing stuff. It's I would say kind of a boho-y, like, whatever way of life, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, my kid still has her days, and everyone has their days. So, like, I want to also capture that. And just, like, with social media, I feel like that's so hard. You're like, I woke up at the crack of dawn, and I made 6...
Like unrealistic.
Yeah, like, the people that are, like, they're, like, that... Oh, gosh, there's this one chick on social media, and I, like... don't know if it's like satire or it's
she's like trolling.
Yeah,
it's
probably
exactly. Rage bait.
And she's like, this morning I woke up before all my family at 4 o'clock in the morning. I went out to the garden. I got my vegetables and I home roasted the beans and like just all and then I made my kids asked for they wanted granola bars. I went out and I hand roasted. I'm like,
I like your ASMR voice.
It's just how they talk in the video, and I'm like, if that's like truly how she is, like
go off.
Like go off. But my morning routine looks like 2 dogs bolting out of the door, my daughter in my face saying, "It's sunny," which ruins my morning, even though sunny's whole life. But it's like, it's girlfriend, it's sunny at 5, so like. Literally. It's not the right kind
and
of
it's dark at like 9:30. Like,
exactly, and that was how we trained her to go to bed. I'm like, oh, it's getting dark out. Time for bed. Wrecked. Because it's up at 5 and down at 9, and I'm like...
Yeah, no, it's not realistic. No. I mean, of course, the dream, especially as a mother, is like, oh, you're in your little long dress, and you have your cowboy boots on. You're going out into the garden. But like in reality, I'm going to the compost pile with my bonnet on, a baggy t-shirt, and my boxers on.
I want to give the whole like, the whole vibe of like, Sunny Soul Life is like, your sunniness is like your. Sorry, is your radiance and like your like you are radiating the sunniness, and like whatever your life looks like is what it is.
Exactly.
Like you can make your life the way you want it to. I'm not trying to sound like a motivational speaker, but like if your life is all sunshine and rainbows and that's how you are, and you get up every morning and make your family their own home roasted cereal, and you're making your own Cheez-Its and home breads, and I love that. I would like to get into making bread. I have a sourdough my friend gave me. Yeah. A starter. And I've been trying to keep that alive.
It's so like aggressive though. It like hisses at you.
The first time I was like, wow, this is going to explode. But I'm like trying to keep that alive. I was like, I have 2 kids I'm keeping alive. 2 dogs. Myself. And I'm like, wow.
And survival is the goal at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Like survival is the goal.
Survival with a good time. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I took my daughter, because, like, last week I was really trying to get a lot of stuff done, because, like I said, we were trying to go to these events. Plug right here. If anyone that knows us personally wants to DM either my personal page, the pod page, the Sunny Soul Life page, if you're not watching, or if you are watching and you're not following the Sunny Soul Life, it's a tad bit rude. Just saying. just a bit rude, because we talk about it. And it's not like there's a fee. It's Instagram. It's free.
Free to follow. All of the platforms are free.
But, like, if you know of, like, pop-up events or, like, markets or anything in this area, I'm also willing to drive because, like I said, we love to travel. We love to travel. I mean, I just drove.
Her radius is, like, 4 hours.
Yeah. So. Honestly, like, it's bad. I've driven from...
Mine is 30 minutes.
I've driven... Actually, it's really bad. Well, not bad, but it's... I've driven straight, like, basically not coast to coast, but, like, north to south or whatever from a 18-hour drive, and I just pulled over and took, like, a 2-hour nap. And I was like, anyone else ready to go? They're like, no. I was like, well, y'all sleeping, I gotta go. Like, I feel like maybe that's, like, me with driving. It's like, this is my mission to get there. Right. And I don't know. I think I'm a good driver, and I love my car, which is, fun fact, not that they're going to sponsor any of this, but it's funny because I have a Nissan Rogue. My mom has a Nissan Rogue. My sister also has a Nissan Rogue. They're all different years. I think it goes, like, my sister's, my mom's, and then mine in, like, year. But it's, like, they're all different colors. It's, like, black.
You guys have, like, a close relationship with Nissan.
Yeah.
The local Nissan.
The local Nissan here, I literally bought mine, and then like 4 days later, my mom was like, "I'm here to get one." My dad actually just sold a car to them too. The local Nissan. It wasn't a Nissan, but
oh my gosh,
they love us. They're like, please come keep buying cars. Do you know anybody else? I actually, the other day, fun fact about the dealership.
We're going to full circle back.
We're going to full circle. But the dealership, I had looked at my car's Kelley Blue Book value.
Yeah.
Because I had literally gotten it like at the end of last year. And I just wanted to see if it's holding its value.
Right.
Whatever. Immediately, the guy that sold my car calls me, excuse me, are you looking to upgrade? I was like, no, I just want to see
They
its value.
see that?
Yeah, because the Kelley Blue Book, like, it sends out...
Oh, because you put your, like, not your EIN.
Yeah.
So, like,
no,
business.
your...
VIN, V-I-N.
I was thinking VIP. I don't even know. What the heck? You put in your VIN or, like, your whatever, and it comes up. And I think it's, like, I'm not in the car database, but, like, the way that it works is I think that they get a notification, like, hey,
that's so
this person's interested in selling their car, or they looked at the value of their car. Get them so they come to you. Like, leads, right?
I never knew that. That's wild. That's a little...
It's whatever. But he was like, I thought you just got it. And I was like, yeah, man, I was just looking to see.
Just looking?
I mean, I still like my Nissan, and maybe I'd get a Pathfinder or something.
Oh, yeah, I like a Pathfinder.
I was getting an oil change, and I love them there. I have like 1,000 freaking free oil changes with the car or whatever, and they're like, come get one. I was like, okay. And they literally don't care about my daughter. Just like, I mean, they had us there for a while. It's an oil change at a dealership. Right. It's going to be busy. They just didn't care. They had like snacks and food and let her look in every freaking car they had in the showroom. And one of them was like the brand new like Pathfinder. And I was like,
yeah, they're pretty. I like the Toyota 4Runner too.
Yeah.
Love that.
I like that the Pathfinder has an option where the seats in the third row go flat.
Oh, yeah.
So even if I don't need it, I love space in my car.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying because we had 2 car seats in the car the other day because we had a friend in the car or whatever, and I was like, oh my God, this is like snug. And I was like, the dogs are not going anywhere. And it was funny because we had just gone camping a couple weeks ago, and we even had to put the seat down next to my daughter or whatever to fill it with our camping stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh my God, we're going to need a bigger car. I was like,
You agree? You think so?
You trying to co-sign? Just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. So, we love that. Yeah. We're all the same. I don't know how the fuck we got to this.
Well, I want to go back to something that you said about, like, having that, like, push and pull on, like, highlight reels, because I do think it's really important when you're selling, like, coming from, like, a social media manager, content creator.
Yeah,
I think it's important to, like, romanticize your life because you're selling a brand.
Yeah, you want to sell the dream, right? Yeah. And everyone's like, they don't want to, I mean, obviously people are not going to be like, what I want to say is, like, Sunny Soul Life is I don't want people to think that I'm here every day super happy.
No,
like,
I don't think anybody thinks
rainbows out of my butt.
Yeah.
Like, we're all for it. But I also want to showcase to people, I'm like, look, you can be wearing a pretty dress and still have a bad day. Like, I don't know. That's not, or, like, positive. Like, there were so many reels that I had saved that I just didn't post. And it was the beginning of the year, and I'm like, or like at the beginning of like when I was starting off about swimsuits, and there was this thing that I just wanted to be like, just wear the damn swimsuit.
Yeah.
And I didn't post it because I was like,
you should post it.
Is that aggressive? Maybe I'll post it. I don't know. Because there's so many swimsuits on there now. Because like I said, lifestyle. Like right now it's like beach. I would love to live at the beach.
Yeah. I feel like
it's
in
already
your future.
A few hours. God, I hope so. Somebody give me a beach. Dig me a hole and make me a fucking beach, please. But so like that's the thing. Like right now, it's like swimsuits, and then as it gets towards fall, I'm gonna do more like like outdoor stuff, like for camping. I mean, that's a big. Not only is it like a market, but it's also like what matters to us.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna be, I know it's like a lifestyle, like brand and everything, but I also don't want to be like, I'm selling pickleball equipment, knowing I've never played in my life, and stuff for like high school when they had that whole like thing where they made us play pickleball or something.
What? I also like, what is going on with pickleball? Like, why is it everywhere? Like, it's on every show that I watch. It's like in Target. it's like there's a whole pickleball, and I'm like,
I have
who cares?
no idea.
Who cares?
I don't even know how to play. But, so, like, that's just what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to promote or, like, support and, like, for things that I like to do. Like, I want to have a bunch of stuff for, like, beach equipment and beach things and, like, outdoorsy stuff. Something I'm really passionate about that you and I are a little bit different on are our footwear.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, the more support, the better. The more cushion, the more platform, the taller.
Yeah,
Shannon is the
mine's
opposite.
like, at how close to being barefoot can I be? And I think that it has to do with just me. Like, I hate being confined. That's also why a lot of the clothes that I sell or that I have, you know, available or that I just personally wear are huge. Yeah. Like, I mean, the dress I'm wearing now is like just like my size and it fits. Yeah. But like it has to be like flowy. It
like
has
oversized.
To be, yeah. Like or like. I mean, when we started filming, it wasn't to conceal the child. I actually dress like, you know, XL sweatshirts. Yeah. And I mean, I'm a 5'2" woman. Like, very medium size underneath all the sweatshirts or whatever. But, like, I like big and comfortable clothing because that's what I enjoy. So, like, I don't want to wear toe prisons. Right. And I'm very, I wouldn't say picky because, like, I like the convenience of, like, the Birkenstock style sandal. Right.
I feel like I'm very picky when it comes to shoes.
When we say, like, shoe styles, we go with brands instead of, like, style. And it's hard. Like, what would you call that style?
I'd call that style, like, a Jesus sandal.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, give him some props.
Yeah.
The Jesus sandal.
The Jesus sandal. And I feel like if you say that, people know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm going to get them. Yeah, like these. Mm-hmm. You can't even tell what brand they are, but...
Yeah, or, like, the college hipster sandal.
For record, they are not name brand. Right. I will say I have a couple of shoes that are name brand that I do like. Like, right now it being not even that hot, but being pregnant in the summer. Yeah. And, like, very, like I said, like, we're really outdoorsy people. Like, my daughter wants to go for hikes every day. And I'm like, God bless that you can walk these days.
Yeah, she really wants to be outside all the time.
Every other day, I'm telling you, we're at a lake, we're at a creek. She literally canceled her birthday party to go camping. She literally said, she was like, I don't want to have a party. Like, so for everyone watching, that was like, gosh, I wonder when my party's coming up. Fuck.
It's okay.
When your daughter's birthday's coming up, it's because she didn't want to do it anymore. We were going to do Bluey Western. Don't know how I was supposed to finesse that one. But she was like, I want to go camping. So
she is a Taurus.
She loves to be outside also. And she also loves to be barefoot. Yeah. And I'm like, you're going to fuck around and find out. Right. Last year, stepped on so many bees. And guess what? It did not stop her. Thankfully, she's not allergic.
Taurus.
My mom is. Yeah. So that was traumatizing.
Yeah.
And my partner's allergic to nuts. So I'm like, all those, like, allergies. I don't really have any except for, like, I think it's, like, tramadol. I couldn't even tell you what that is. It's, like, a medication.
Oh, I know what tramadol is,
Cool.
I've
taken it, like,
need
once.
to take it, yeah.
I think they have it, it's, like, in something called the migraine cocktail or something. Yeah. And that's how I found out I was allergic to it. Thankfully, I was in the hospital setting already. Yeah. Going into anaphylaxis. But we stay away from that one. Other than that.
Like, this isn't working for me.
I was like, I'm now actually, I don't have a headache. I can't breathe. Yeah. How do we fix this? Anyway, back to not traumatized anymore.
Bare feet.
We just love to be barefoot. So, like, some of the shoes that I have that I really like are my Chacos. Yeah. Those are good. We will plug those, people. They're nice. They're great.
Chaco.
They do a lot of donations. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow them when they're doing the donation drop-offs.
A lot of camping brands like REI, Tiva,
Chaco. We love them. North Face. There's a couple, like, smaller brands as well. Like, that are, like, I think on Amazon for, you know, a barefoot shoe. Would I love to do a barefoot shoe? Like, I wanted to get into running. Guess he's not doing that this year. Me. I feel like there's people that are pregnant and they go running, which is great and that's good for them. But if you are going to go from, like, not a runner, I am a very decently active person. Like, after this, guess what I'm probably going to be? the pool or
Yeah.
taking her to the creek because
Yeah.
that's the deal.
Right.
I'm gonna hang out with Gigi for a few hours.
Yeah.
You gonna come take me somewhere.
Yeah.
Love that. But she's like so low maintenance. I love it. She's like an ice cream cone and a walk kind of girl.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, like when she's settled.
I am in
yeah.
my ice cream cone and a walk kind of girl
Yeah.
era. Well, like she likes to go to the farms and like do a lot, like everything
Yeah.
outdoors. Like also people, if you can think of and you know locally where we are, or if you think that it's worth the drive, I got a lot of time to go. Well, not really,
Do
but
you?
I will make the trip. And my partner also loves to just. I get car sick really bad, so he is my passenger princess.
Right.
But like, man, it's great with directions.
Yeah.
And that's like his job. So you better hope to something like
Yeah.
you get it ready. Like I have the little thing like set up like this or whatever. My phone, like it looks like car/spaceship. We are ready for long-term travel. In the back of my car, I have everything that like if I needed to run to Walmart and grab a tent, I could pitch it right
Wait,
then
what
and
were
there.
you gonna ask? For them to know what?
Oh, to let me know.
I'm like, what's
Can
the
you
question?
tell we're filming on a Monday? Like super
literally
early.
9 a.m.
Oh,
It's early.
Let me know of fun places that are really worth either the drive or like if you
For
know.
camping.
Well, not only that, but
Okay.
like outdoorsy things.
Right.
Like I feel like I mean, if you know where like you know us personally, you know where we're from.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've done so much and I'm like, holy shit, it's literally middle June
yeah.
and I'm like, we running out, girl. Like
Yeah.
I don't mind taking her for like drives and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met a kid that's also so chill in the car. She doesn't ask for, you know, tablet time.
She
doesn't ask
reminds
for
me
anything.
so much of myself as a kid. Like, I was
love that.
literally, because it was literally just, like, me and my mom.
Yeah.
And we literally did, like, cross-travel. Like, we went from Maryland to Oregon. We went, like, everywhere. And I hiked a lot as a kid. I camped a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
I got traumatized a lot camping as a kid.
I love it. We've probably been camping this year alone.
Yeah, like, this is your guys' year of camping, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she
Well,
just
I feel
reminds
like
me a lot of
Homegirl
myself.
needs, like, we also don't have a name picked out. A very,
Yeah.
like, earthy outdoors name, so.
Yeah, drop some names if you guys have any.
If they're, like, I mean this so lovingly. Our daughter's name, which some of you know or whatever, I try my best to be mindful. It doesn't work out, but, like, it's a different name. Like, it's a little bit unique. Like, it's not an everyday name.
Yeah.
I feel like she's going to probably be one of the only ones with her name in the class, and
Probably.
and it's like a E at the end kind of name. So we don't want something that also sounds the exact same, but we don't
Right.
mind.
Yeah.
But like, not that we yell at our kid, but like you know when you like yell for your kids, you're like
Yeah.
blah blah. Like we don't want it to rhyme too much that they're both come running down
Yeah.
as kids, and we're like,
That's my issue right now. All, like, everybody in the house, like, their
Yeah.
names all sound the same.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
my sister
Who
and
is
I
you?
literally
Who are you?
have almost the same name.
yeah.
Like, respectfully and lovingly. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah.
It sounds very similar. My sister, maybe she'll watch this, maybe she won't, and she'll get
she
it.
is, like, one of the first watchers
know.
every time.
I know.
She's so
Maybe she'll
supports
see it,
us.
maybe she won't. But our names are similar, so we always grew up, and we're always yelling, what? And they're like, come down here. And then we come down, they're like, not you. And I'm like, you're like, dang it. So we just don't want to deal with that. So, like,
Right.
we want something earthy. We want something outdoorsy. I mean, that's just the people we are, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally going camping again next weekend.
Yeah.
No. Shit. This weekend.
Oh, yeah, this weekend, yeah.
Oh, no.
At the end of this weekend.
Yeah.
Or this week, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted
For
to,
Father's Day weekend.
circle back to a few things that you said.
Shit. Yeah, please help me.
Please
Please help me. Anybody. Somebody.
No, one of the things you said when we were talking about, I still want to go back to this, when we were talking about romanticizing our life, the area that we live in, I feel like so many people, like, have such a different vision. Like, because we live in, like, a, what's it called? Like, when people, like, a city, what's it called? When people, like... We live in an area where, like, you can go to the city and, like, go all out. Like, you can go
Yeah.
out all night. Like,
yeah,
we
it's
have...
a very,
There's a word that
urban?
it's, like, called. Yeah, very urban, but also, like, very nature. Like, it's almost like the...
what the fuck are you saying?
Like, no, I just... what I'm trying to get at is that, like...
It's a
the ideal life looks very different for the people that live in our state.
Yeah.
Like, some people go out and go camping every weekend in the summer here. Some people go out to the city.
Where we live is a very diverse area of where we want, like, where you can go. Like, you can have X amount of miles or whatever, and you're, you know, a couple hour drive, beach. Couple hour drive, big mountains. Yeah. Like,
that's why people end up here. Cause it's
exactly. And it's, like, the heart of a lot of different, like, highways and stuff. Whatever. Yeah. I don't give a shit about the highways. Whatever. I'd be driving anyway. I think that the area is becoming a very, God, what's a nice word? Overdeveloped.
Yeah, oversaturated.
Yeah, like, it's just, it's a lot.
It's affecting the, like, literal temperature of, like, our city. Yeah. Like, if you go up into the mountains, it's, like, 5 degrees cooler. Which is funny, because when I put in my zip code, first year zip code, we're literally only, like, 10, 15 minutes
apart. Yeah, but I live in a less, like
farm,
I call it more of a yeehaw area, which I love. Yeah. That's my vibe. Right. And I was like, oh, it's so close to whatever. But guess what? It still takes me from my mom's house to my house 45 minutes to go.
Insane.
Which is wild because anywhere else in the world, it could probably take me 15. Right. It's just because they're major highways and they're overcrowded. Right. And it sucks. And I had this conversation with my partner, and I literally was saying, I was like, never in my whole life, my watch has been upside down this whole time, never in my whole life did I think that I would be waiting in traffic for possibly an hour to get home, and I'm literally just driving to my house. Literally. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's people that live, and they're like, oh, man, like, I have such a long commute or a long drive, and they're like L.A. Like, I get it. Like, people sit in traffic for hours, and that's how it feels. We are not in LA. No. But guess what?
We're becoming.
It's becoming expensive. I'm not trying to, like, overhype us or whatever in this area.
But we're, like 2 hours from DC. Yeah. So we're becoming a spot, like, very much like California, we're becoming a spot where people plant themselves so that they can go to work to DC. Like, we're not that far from the metro, so people will go to the metro, go to the city, come back.
Everything's just oversaturated.
Oh, it's just too much.
I would just much rather be like, gosh, I just sat in 45 minutes of traffic, but now I'm at the beach.
Well, that
would be great. That would be great. Not like I sat an hour and a half of traffic, and I made it home. Yeah. Not that I don't love my home. I'm just saying, like, that's literally it. That's, like, the bare minimum. Yeah. Right? Like,
no, I agree.
Going home, like, and you're like, I live here. Yeah. You're like it's home. Different. I'm like, oh, what do you live? I live by, like, a mountain-ish area. Yeah. It's not enough to be like, wow. Like, it's not like they're like, wow, it's the Smoky Mountains. Or, like, I live at the base of the Smoky Mountains. Right. All the traffic. I was like, I live in, like, a hilly, mountainish area.
Right. Well, and that's what I feel like. If I can't live in the country with, like, a lot of land or, like, by the beach, my like, third, which is, like, what I'm living now, is in downtown where I can walk everywhere. Yeah. So, like, that is, like, my like, C plan, and that's, like, what I'm living now, because I am a passenger princess. I have driving anxiety. So I want to be, like, where I can literally, like, everywhere right now, I can literally, like, walk to my kid's school. I can bike downtown to the little shops. Like, that's just, like, my ideal life. If I can't live with, like, a lot of land or, like, by the beach. Because I've lived both. I've had a lot of land in, like, the country, and, like, I've lived 10 minutes from the beach. And the sad thing is, when I lived by the beach, I literally, like, did not go as much as I should have. Because I just didn't have that many friends. Like, I lived, like, by myself in, like, a state where I knew nobody.
What? My friend is the ocean. Moana, go out there. No.
But it's different, like, when you're alone. Like, I was, like, and I was, like, 20. Like, so, and I'm not super close with, like, my parents.
My social battery at 20 was way different, too.
Yeah. Oh, my God,
I feel like I was way more social at 20.
Yeah. And I made friends, like, at school and stuff, but I still naturally was like, okay, well, I'm going to go to the store by myself, and I'm going to go to the gym by myself, and, like, I'm just not that kind of person where I'm, like, actively trying to make friends all the time. Maybe I should be. But I just find my friends, and then they're stuck with me for life.
No matter where they go. Even if they're miles and miles away.
Yeah, literally. That's Shannon's goal. Shannon's goal is to be miles away from me.
If I could be in another country, I would. Not
honestly, same at this point. At this point, like,
it's just everything is so nice.
By November, I might be in another country.
I think it's like the Netherlands or New Zealand. They give what is it? Like
my friend
2 years
lives in the Netherlands.
Paid maternity and paternity leave.
Germany's like that too.
That's rude. It's rude as hell.
The midwives will come to your house and give you a whole basket of things and then like offer childcare and stuff.
That's really nice. We get here
0
shit on.
Literally.
Yeah, we looked into before and the care that we want. It's funny because we talked about this in a really early episode about like
birth plans and stuff. Yeah. And
best.
Here we are.
And Caroline didn't even know about that when we were talking about it. And I was like, oh, we got to get off of this subject. I will not be doing a home birth this time solely for the cost of it as well. Like, I know it's like, oh, if if it means something to you, like, the price doesn't matter, which I get.
I got very lucky. It covered, like, my insurance covered all of it. I got reimbursed for all of it. It was just a great time that it worked out for me.
My insurance does not cover the home birth plan that we had thought about. And it was basically, like, I think it was, like, we got, like...
close to 10, right?
Yeah, it was, like, around, like, 9,000, kind of, which is, like... I'm not saying that they're not valued that. They're told, like...
Yeah, and some people, that's, like, manageable, like, doable. Yeah. But other people, that's, like, half of a income. Like, that's half of a year's worth of work. Like, it's just...
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot, yeah.
And my thoughts were, I was like, we're saving money on childcare because, my daughter's home. And I'm like, well, what would mean more for me? Putting her back and take care to work so that I could pay for this? Right. Or I could just spend the time with her or whatever. And try to do what I want in a hospital setting.
Yeah. I mean, she's only, like, a year away from, like, school anyway. Yeah, so, that's the like, pre-K goal. Is close.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll put her immediately into public school. Nothing against it. I worked in public school, but also
what are you telling me?
Not
I homeschooled my kid for 2 years, and we tell her every day, you don't have to go back. I mean, she's like, I like it. And I'm like, but you don't have to go back. Okay.
It's nothing against public school. It's just I also don't want to let go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, stay.
The thought of, like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I mean, I've been with my son, like, every single day. Yeah. Like, there's never been a break. So I'm horrified. I fully understand. I'm horrified of that.
Yeah,
day.
You're like, no, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good, right?
Like, I can teach you forever.
Yeah. And I feel like that's just, that's just what it is. But, so, it was the thought, I was like, wow, do we have to get a loan for this? Like, that's stupid for us to get a loan. Because we were just like, what makes us more happy? Like, I know it sounds stupid, but it's like, it's only about 8 to 9 months of care. Actually, it's like, because they don't see you until like 8 weeks anyway, which is stupid, but that's fine. That was just my thoughts. I was like, it's only a few months, you have this. Try to make it as magical and special as you can. Right. I mean, the doctors don't stay at home with you. That's what's really important is, like, the time that my daughter has, like, understanding she's going to have a sister. Right. And, like, trying to get her to understand, which it's kind of hitting, kind of not.
Yeah. I mean,
like, some days are, like, understands a little more. And, like, just me and my partner having, like, more time together. Like trying to understand instead of being, like, sorry, now you have to work, like, extra hours and stuff just for this, like, it's, like, one day. And I know that sounds, like, super insensitive because it's, like, their birthday. But, they'll have a birthday every day.
Yeah. Well, and I feel...
Not every day, but, like, they'll continue to have birthdays. And, like, if we can make that moment for us as special, I mean, just like with our daughter, we had a hospital birth, and everything just kind of fell into place. And that's kind of, like, the mindset that, like, you have to, like, you were talking about, like, romanticizing your life. Right. We just have to have the mindset of that everything's going to work out. I mean, we were joking, me and my partner were joking about it. I was like, oh, remember when we had our daughter, like, you were on those terrible hospital beds? He was like, what about bringing because we have, like, a really nice camping air mattress.
Oh, yeah, like an air mattress.
He's like, what about, and it, like, literally, like, self-inflates. It's like,
yeah.
I love camping.
Are you allowed?
I still do. I don't know. He was like, what are they going to send me home? I was like, probably not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was like, I'll only, like, because they have, like, full beds and stuff, but, like, chair beds.
Yeah.
He's like, if I just put it up against the side, what's it going to do? Block the light? I'll deflate it during the day because it's, like, self-inflating and self-deflating.
Yeah.
So I was like, it'll just give me a place to sleep.
Yeah.
And in case of an emergency, what are they going to just tell me to move it?
Yeah.
It takes 2 seconds. It's, like, also, like, that's the other thing is, like, for him to be, like, comfortable as well. Because, like,
right.
not saying it's all about him because it's not. In this situation, definitely not. But, like, I think that when it comes to, like, certain things, like, I know that he was, like, with our daughters, like, he was, like, not super great with, like, blood. That's, like, that's his medical nope.
Yeah.
So, like, he was really supportive and great, and they were, like, I could tell that I was, like, are you feeling okay? He's like, I'm great, I'm fine, I'm okay. And I was like, no, you're not. So I'm, like, thinking of, like, if I could take care, if I could take care of him, but, like, if I could, like, justify, like, I'm trying to find the words to say without sounding like babying.
Yeah.
But, like, he's not going to advocate because he knows that they're all worried about me.
Right.
So if he's going to pass out, I'm not going to just let him collapse to the floor.
Well, and at that point, it might be good for him to maybe have a support person.
Yeah.
So that you can still focus on you.
Yeah.
But
well,
somebody can focus on him, too.
Which I feel like is weird because, like, for me, like, I don't know. Being pregnant with my daughter was, like, it was fine. Like, it wasn't, like, a miserable time.
Yeah.
I mean, with both of my pregnancies, now realizing I have just terrible, like, not even morning sickness. It's just, like, general sickness.
Yeah, you just get
up until, like, probably, like, 16 weeks. So I feel awesome now.
Yeah. I was the same way.
Yeah.
The second trimester was much better for me
but
than
everything
the
for me,
first.
like, knock on wood, was just so, like, vibes. Like, they took their time on when they want. Well, she took her time on when she wanted to get here.
Right.
You know, 2.5 fucking weeks late. That's fine. But, like, everything went fine.
Right.
Like, everything was.
Yeah.
So, and it's so weird to think about, even in a hospital setting, which I said that I didn't want to do. I'm just looking back on it, I was like, it was pretty chill. Like, I know that's not for everybody. Like, how everyone says that I had a very traumatizing experience, which, you know, I feel for them and I feel bad.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I was just like, out.
Well,
what was the most traumatizing is that because I was a new mother, they wouldn't let me leave for 2 days.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've been ready to go since she came out.
Literally.
At 8 this morning.
Well, and I almost feel like the opposite. I feel like not many people want to have home births, especially in the area that we're in. We're in a very, like, medically positive.
I feel like maybe that's why I'm not.
Yeah.
Resonate with a lot of people in the area.
Yeah, and so me, like, still, like, to this day, my son's, like, 2.5, but to this day, when someone gets pregnant, they reach out to me, and they ask me about everything, and me, obviously, I know now I have ADHD. My ADHD onsets with a lot of hyperfixation and a lot of, like, OCD tendencies.
Yeah.
So when I was pregnant, I was, like, in online classes every day for birth. Like, I was in, like, seminars every week for home birth. Like, I was very, like, tunnel vision on, like, this is my plan, this is what I want. I made a vision board for my,
I love that.
That's just what I knew I wanted to do.
I did something similar. Like, I had a birth plan. I had an A, B, and C birth plan that I made. I literally found someone on TikTok and reached out to her, and I was like, I need you to help me write a birth plan. And I even paid her for it. I probably will go back and find her again.
Yeah.
If she's still doing it. She was great. Just because having, like, a home birth. Oh
I still have mine. I can send it to you. My ABC plan.
Perfect. It's just, she was just so, like, a lot of people are going to be understanding. That's what she said. She's like, every now and then you'll get a nurse or someone that's not understanding. Like, when I had the one doctor, like, with my daughter or whatever, he was like, you never know if you're going to want the epidural. I ended up getting it. But by the time I got it, I was like, great, fucking pointless. Because I had to wait so long to get it. Because I decided not to get it until way too late. But I don't want anyone, and this is in general. Yeah. Don't want anyone to tell me, oh, you can't do this or you're going to want to do this. Because then I'm not going to want to do it. Right. Just to, A, prove them wrong, or B, because it's annoying. No. But, like, now with the care team that I'm with or whatever, I was with, it's like a practice or whatever. I was with someone in the practice in a farther area than we are now. And I went to, like, my first appointment there. And then they had canceled my appointment the day before. And then they said they couldn't get me in for, like, a month. Oh, so I would be literally almost, like, 8 weeks behind. And I'm like, no, thank you. So, and I was like, but you're canceling on me. It's like,
Right.
yeah, the provider's not here. I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, I know this sounds like very caring of me, but I'm like, if you have to cancel on me and you have 15 other providers in your practice, why can't you find a place for me?
Well, and
if you have to
ultimately, like,
cancel?
doctors work for their patients. I think that's what a lot of people don't realize.
Yeah.
Is, like, you're allowed to fire your doctor at any point.
I was really butthurt over it. I was like, well, I'm going to be chaotic, and I'm completely leaving. Again. So, and I did that with my daughter, too.
Yeah.
And I guess I did with this one. So, I went to, it's still like a general practice, but they have different locations. And the practice that I'm at now is a lot smaller.
Right.
There's only like 3 providers.
Yeah.
They're all women. They're all so nice, understanding. And it's funny because I just keep getting to see the same one.
Right.
Which, I mean, the likelihood of me having her in the hospital, which is great because the hospital that I'm having this daughter at is connected to this practice.
Yeah.
Which is great because if I have to go and they're like, oh, you have to go now, I'm like, cool, I walk in, I keep my car parked there. And it would just be really convenient. Obviously, the convenience isn't always their cup of tea for babies, but that's fine. But I do really enjoy the practice. Everyone has already asked me, like, you know, I know this isn't your first rodeo. Like, do you have any idea?
Right.
And, like, I was having some issues with my blood sugar. It kind of comes and goes. But, like, they've been so understanding. Like, they've been like, okay, like, this is what you need to do. Like, this is how we can help. Like, every pamphlet, packet, paper, link. Like, they've been so on top of it. And just everything they've done. They even made, like, a cute little, like, gender reveal box for my daughter to open. Which she tried to open that day. And I was like, wait. But, like, it was so nice or whatever of them. And I was like, wow. You really didn't have to do that. And then the other place wasn't answering my phone calls.
Right.
What a night and day experience.
Yeah. And the goal is, like, support. Like, no matter where you are, like, the goal is that you feel supported as a mother bringing a literal child into the world.
Yeah, and that was the nice thing about my partner, because he was like, if you really want to do the home birth, like, well, I will financially figure it out. And I was like, I don't want to, I mean, not that that would be, like, financial despair, but I'm like, that's really wild, because I could do this, and it's, like, basically completely covered, or I could do this, and then just set us back. Like, that means we wouldn't be able to go on any trips this year. Right. And stuff like that. And, like, for something that's just, like, such a quick whatever, because, like, for me, being pregnant is the whole experience in itself. Right. And, like, that's also because we've done so many things already. Like, she has already, like, in my body gone on, like, 4 different fucking trips. She still has, like, 6 more just this summer, like, 2 more this month. Like, the traveling with her, it's just...
The whole thing is a journey. Like, it's a whole,
we're
like,
literally, like,
to start
traveling
her life
with her all the time. And, like, and we still get to have, like, this is, like, me and my daughter's, like, last summer together, just, like, me and her. Or whatever, until she's, like, you know, has a sister, and, like, siblings, and, like, shared time. So, my partner and I both said that this would be really important for us to, like, really spend some time together. You know, like, me and her, and then also the 3 of us. So that's why we're doing all these, you know, small family trips. I'm sure, don't worry, with the next one, we're still going to be doing the booked, busy, and traveled. Yeah. But just giving her, like, that time is, like, so the time that we can give our daughter now together is just it just outweighs having that home birth feel. Yeah. Which also, I don't even know how that would work out at this point. I'm like, where am I going to put my dogs? Right. Where am I going to put this? I don't know how to move. Like, I don't want to move this table.
Well, and I think, like, for everybody, it's just, like, it's what you, like, envision your birth. Like, it's, like, me, like, I come from, like, a very medical family. My parents literally met in a hospital. Yeah. They were both working in a hospital. Yeah. My mom was, like, the head NICU nurse. So, like, when I said I was having a home birth, my entire family was like, are you crazy? Like, I come from, like, a very, like, medically invasive, like, world. And me, like, I just have always, like, healed myself with vitamins, with food. Like, I'm very, like, new age woo-woo to my family. Yeah. So to me, it was just, like, I that was just, like, what I envisioned for myself. Like, it was just, like, not, like, a like, everybody's like, what do you think? But I'm like, that's just what I picture for myself.
Yeah.
But then also I noticed, like, when I did it, like, when I tell people, they're like, oh, sorry, like, I had to go to the hospital. I went, and I'm like, I'm not judging, like, just because I got a home birth doesn't mean I'm, like...
You're like, just because you did one thing does not make it bad.
No, it's just my journey. Like, it was just, like, my thing.
Yeah, like, some people also, like...
I just couldn't even picture, like, I couldn't even visualize myself, like, in a hospital. But, like, that's just who I am. Like, I'm just, that's just, I'm very aware of myself. And you're like that, too. You're very, like, when you go to the hospital, it's going to be very, like, low invasive. Like,
yeah, exactly. Be, like, and that's what I want. Like, I mean, for right now, like, as long as, I mean, we have, like, a big appointment, I guess, like, this week or whatever. It's, like, that anatomy scan or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, the best. I love the anatomy scan.
Well, this is funny because we haven't had, because we switched care and everything, we haven't had another ultrasound since the first one. And, like, all love and respect. Yeah. We're like, what's the top and the bottom? It looks like a thumbprint. Like, we don't know what part of her is where. Yeah. And so this will be a good appointment. I mean, it would be an exciting one. But after that, then I feel like after the anatomy scan is when they start doing, like, asking more about your plans and stuff like that. Right. And I'm sure we'll do, like, a whole episode eventually. Yeah. On this, if anyone cares.
Yeah, we can totally. I mean,
I also feel like the year of 2024, everybody is pregnant right now.
Everybody is pregnant. Everybody I was pregnant with is pregnant now. Like, it's so crazy. I'm like...
And I was pregnant before you, which is weird.
Yeah, like, literally.
And, like, thinking about it, I was like, oh, my God, if I didn't have the gap between my daughters now...
Yeah, like, one of my friends just told me, I will not disclose who they are because they haven't announced yet, but one of my friends just told me they're pregnant, and I was like...
That's so exciting.
Everybody's just pregnant, and I'm like, I love that for you guys. Yeah. My pregnancy right now is my bachelor's degree. That is my baby. Yeah. And then the goal, I think I'm just going to full send it. I actually met somebody at my daughter's 10th birthday party. That was a huge part of why we couldn't film for a week, because I had so much party planning to do. Yeah. But,
we were also camping.
Yeah, you were also camping.
We were also camping again.
But I met this woman who works for a foundation where they literally, like, want moms to continue their education. So they, like, provide a bunch of, like, scholarships and grants.
Oh, that's cool.
And they were like, we're so interested in you. We want you to, like, keep going to get your, like, master's if you want, or your PhD. And I was like, the only thing that's ever stopped me from going to school is money. Yeah. So, like...
I think that's what stops everybody from a lot of things.
Yeah, literally.
Like, the only thing that's stopping me from being somewhere else right now is money. And for sure. Like, that's the other... Literally. That's, money is... It's such a...
I know. I
saw
this thing on TikTok the other day, and it was like, you say money doesn't buy happiness, but everything I want, money could provide.
Yeah, that's weird, because...
Make it make sense.
Yeah, have you ever been sad drinking a chai latte that you didn't have to make it home?
Ever been sad and gone into Marshall's for an hour and blew your whole paycheck?
Right? Gosh, I remember those days, like, when I was younger, and I was like... Also, do you remember when we were younger having, like, those little, like... small, I'm not, like, diminishing anyone's jobs, but, like, we had those, like, small, like, the early teens jobs.
Oh, yeah, like the mall,
and I was getting, like, $400, and I was like, I'm rich. And now I'm like, oh, my God, I was like, if I don't get, like, a paycheck over, like, $1,400, I'm like...
I remember going into Zoomies and getting, like, a $70 hoodie and being like, I'm rich.
Yeah, and you're like, cool.
Look at this hoodie. Now my clothes are, like, $5, $10.
Yeah, right now, like, so much of my stuff is just, like, put back. I'm like, okay. Yeah. If I'm gonna be hot, that's the other thing with having a clothing brand. Like, I also wanted to, like, be, like, affordable. Yeah. I also, this is the really...
Which is admirable.
Not to get back to, like, Sunny Soul Life or anything, but, like... The reason it takes so much time and effort into it is because, like, every item I want, I have to go through. I also have to want it personally, but not enough. Well, not, like, not enough, but, like, have enough of the mental restraint to be like, okay, I'm going to order, you know, especially for, like, the pop-ups, right? Yeah. By the way, still, like, just throwing this back out there. Anybody wants me to go to anything or knows of anything.
There's a lot at the breweries, too.
Yeah.
I cannot say that word.
Send me stuff. Spam my inbox with places and things. All of that. But, like, the mental restraint I need to have is like, well, I could get 30 of those.
Right.
And it's like, what like, where? Because, like, now I'm also with the pop-ups or whatever, it's going to be beyond online. I have to also have inventory.
Yeah.
So, like, this is the blessing of my mother. I love her to death. We have this extra room downstairs. Yes, we do. Mm-hmm. I don't, but they do. Shout out to my brother for moving rooms, too. Not that I kicked him out or anything. He was just moving his room upstairs. But, like, there's this whole extra room that we have. It's, like, our office now.
Right.
Which is also a shared space.
Yeah.
My daughter's like, what are we doing in here? I'm like, it's just clothing racks and clothing racks.
Right.
Of stuff in there. And I'm like, okay, like, I would take some of these to this. Like, also, you have to think about, like, your market. Right now, like, everything is very beachy. Right. So a lot of the things, especially because I'm going to basically, like, a beach or whatever in the next, or, like, a beachy town in the next couple weeks. I'm like, okay, I need to have, like, a lot of cover-ups, a lot of this, a lot of that.
Right.
And then I'm like, God, but I could also buy these palazzo pants. Like, or something that's, like, I just automatically, when I go to add things to, like, my carts to buy them, obviously I'm buying, like, clothing in bulk, but then also mentally I'm, like, buying, like, okay, I need this and that and this. And I'm, like, picking out sizes and colors for me. Yeah. And that's also a huge mind game. Right. Is that I did a poll. I don't know if any of you guys saw it. If not, rude.
I actually don't think I saw it. Did I?
Also rude. I did a poll where I asked people about, like, sizes. Because it's really hard when you're going to have live inventory with you. If someone said, oh, do you have that in a small? And I'm like, I don't have it with me anymore because either A, it's sold out. Right. Or B, it wasn't available to take or get in time for the event. Right. But it's on my website. Mm-hmm. Which is good that the people have the option to do that. But I'm sure people want to be able to buy and, I mean, not wear it immediately. I don't think they're going to change their clothes at this event. I mean, if you want to, go ahead. Like, I will not have probably a dressing room at the time.
I mean, it might be smart, though, to maybe have, like, a tablet with you at the event and be like, oh, look, we don't have this here, but buy it right now.
Well, that's also how I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to do everything. Maybe I can get into depth on this, like, what it's like to start a business or brand. Maybe that could be, like, a mini thing. Yeah. We'll talk about that in a second.
Minis.
Minis. Just because there's so much that goes into this that I want to be size inclusive. Yeah. But, you know, it's hard to order size inclusive for these events because, like I said, this is clothing and, you know, the Sunny Soul Life is something I'm really passionate about. Right. It's really hard for me to buy, you know, two extra small all the way up to a 3XL in all of my items and drag them across. Like, I love driving. Right. And like I said, Nissan Rogue. Right. And then also, because my mom will come to all these events with me, which we love my mom. She's driving literally a 6-hour day for her for this one
She's
event.
A real one.
A real one.
But you both want this.
We both want this so bad. And that's the other thing that, like, people are like, oh, like, I'll have a friend call me or whatever, and she's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm, like, doing, like, inventory or whatever. She's like, it's 11:30. I'm like, you have to put in the work, and if I can't put it in, like, right now, not saying, like, I'm taking time away from it, but, like, during the day, I go through my whole website, I add more stuff is off. Sometimes there's, like, you know,
you
like,
have to bulk check it
events.
Every day.
There's also, like, hey, this, like, other pop-ups for us and stuff, or, like, different events, also working with other brands and stuff like that, like how I have right now, like, was talking about it earlier with the barefoot shoes. I do want to get into that, but there's also a couple of brands that I like that said that I could possibly, like, ambassador with them. Right. So there's a bunch of those, which I really love a lot of their things. It's only unfortunate that they don't have shoes small enough for my daughter, but
she'll get there, though.
She'll get there, or they'll meet us somewhere in the middle. So, like, there's just so much time that's, like, goes into it, and whatever I don't put in during the day, I put in at night. And you have to put in what you want to get out of it. So if I'm only going to put in 3 hours a day, I'm only going to get, like, 30% of what I want out of it, which is really difficult because trying to find the time every day. I'm like, it's 2:30, go to bed. I'm like, they're doing a restock online. I need to see what's available. He's like, okay, shut up, go to bed. He's like, or it's like my computer's just, like, blinding him in bed, and he was like, what are you doing? I'm like, they're doing a midnight drop. And he was like, what? And I was like, shh. Yeah, literally. So, like, the time that you put into these things is what you're going to get. And it's just, it's just a lot of effort. So, I want to be really size inclusive for everybody. But, like,
But until you're, like, literally, like, making your own clothes.
I'm not a multi-million-dollar company. I'm not, like,
working with boutiques and vendors, they naturally have, like, a model size.
Also, a lot of these companies that you guys see online, not to, like, drop or whatever. I'm not going to name names. But there's a lot of online companies that are very large retailers that don't have storefronts, have warehouses.
Yes.
Where they can store this shit that you guys, like, you point, click, and then it ships to you from their warehouse. So it means that they have the product, and there's people that probably work in those product, like, warehouses and everything. I don't have that. I have my mom's house is my warehouse.
Right.
And, like, this is how startups go, but, like, having the online store makes it convenient. But, like, going to these pop-up events, what am I going to bring my iPad? I would look psychotic. They'd be like, oh, what clothes do you have? I'm like, here you go.
Get it on a swivel pad.
Exactly. I just show you my iPad, and you're like, okay. So, like, I want to have things, so, like that. So, like, I guess if the poll didn't hit, guys, if anyone wants to tell me, like, what size range they think that I should have, keep in mind that all of this is still, like, personally funded. So
and that's the beauty of, like, business cards. If they don't see their size at the venue,
But the other thing is that on all of our tags and everything and, like, our business cards, there's a QR code.
Right.
So it'll take them straight to the website.
That's good.
I wanted to do for every item to scan it, and then it pulls up that.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a lot of work that puts into that, so we'll see. Also, the inventory is just so wildly changing. Like, this dress that I'm wearing, oh my god, this dress that I'm wearing and this little linen jacket, it's on my website. The dress, by the time this drops, I really can't tell if it's going to be available just because they also have such a limited amount of whatever, so, and, but I always try to find, like, It's a lifestyle. I like to also try to get as close to, like, prints and patterns that are very similar. Try to have, like, people, like, want sleeves.
Right.
Or sleeveless. Like, I personally do like sleeves because I'm a can't control my body temperature girly. Right. That's why I have the jacket and everything, but...
I noticed, like, when it's summer, I just, like, don't like clothes. Like, I mean, I like clothes, but I just, like, don't want to wear clothes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm, like, all of a sudden, I wear baggy clothes, like, all fall. And then, like, as soon as it's summer, I'm, like, put on my neons, put on a crop top.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what size I am.
I'm trying to get into that, but it's, like, I'm going through, like, a lot of my clothes. I'm like, oh, that's not fitting.
Yeah.
So, like, sometimes I'm like, oh, this is a cute little crop. And I was like, now it looks hoochie and ridiculous. like, okay. I'm just like, it, like, hits right below the bra. Like,
I'm, like, back in my fitness era, so I'm, like, my goal is to, like, really fit into my summer clothes from, like, 2 years ago before I was pregnant. Yeah. So I'm like, come on, let's get, like, Grow with Joe. Shout out Grow with Joe. I'm doing those fitness workouts every day.
That's pretty cool. I like doing yoga because that's, like, my speed. Well, I also have a training in yoga and stuff like that.
She's really cool. It's like walking Pilates, so like you literally feel like stretched, and she tells you to like set your watch to indoor walking, and you can like
I've always wanted to get into Pilates.
It's fun. Like I want to do like that, like actual like go there and try the machines like that. You're on like the is it like a reformer? Yeah, I've always wanted to try.
I know a lot of the celebrities have those in their house. And I'm like, wow, financial just.
I found out my cousin in Jamaica has a Pilates like business and has like a reformer in her house, and I'm like, show us how close I am with my family.
You're like, do you need my address?
Yeah, she has like a whole, and like, I mean, she's in Kingston, Jamaica, so it's not like I can just go on over there.
Yeah, right.
But like, it was so cool to be like, oh wow, like common interest, different countries, but like,
yeah, and you're like,
I love that for her.
That's so funny.
But good to know that it runs in the family, because that was always my issue, especially being like a stout petite girl, like finding that happy medium of like weight training but cardio is like my forever balance of like trying to figure out. So Pilates seems to be the most happy medium because you're burning a lot of calories, you're staying in the fat burning zone, but you have like weights on your wrists and your ankles, so you're still getting that like strength training. I don't know.
I've never done Pilates, so I should probably get into it. But
yeah, I mean it's literally like so close to yoga, but it's just a little bit more weight training ish. Yeah, but it's like so close.
It's like yoga without the like with
a lot of pumping.
Oh god, my arms already hurt.
Instead of like a hold, you're pumping. You're pumping your legs, you're pumping your arm, but they're like micro pumps. Don't look at my dogs.
Yeah, no free dogs. I'm really hoping that earlier this blanket was
I'll
covering
put
my
a blur.
butt.
I'll put a blur over our feet if they show.
Like, no free toes.
Oh, you wanted to, before we wrap up, you wanted to talk about the mini episodes?
Oh, yeah, you could go ahead and start it off.
Yeah, so we're thinking, because we are so, like, busy, we're thinking of, between the two of us, dropping, like, mini episodes. Me probably being focused on, like, pop culture and, like, social media and, like, what's going on in the reality world, and Shannon, like, focused on, like, Sunny Soul.
Yeah.
And even when we're not together, we can still, like, push out stuff on YouTube and Spotify. And
like, even if you guys are, like, honestly, for me, just because I know pop culture is really a thing, like, if you guys want to see more, honestly, if you guys want to see more, like, travel stuff,
well, you
like,
can upload all of it
like,
here.
honestly, like, when I say, like, message me.
Yeah.
This isn't me being like, oh, yeah, message me.
Yeah.
Like,
and I can
literally
give
tell me
Shannon the tiny mics. She can take the tiny mics
cool.
up there.
Fucking things. A whole episode lost. But yeah, like, feel free to, like, let me know, like, you know, I'm cool with, like, you guys letting me know, like, cool places to go.
Yeah.
Like, definitely camping spots. Your girl loves to travel.
Yeah.
I like the health and wellness, outdoorsy stuff. If it takes place in the sun, I'm there.
Yeah,
let me know.
Literally. And when I'm not watching reality shows, I'm literally laying out. That's my goal, to get as dark as possible this summer.
Cool. I'm doing my best to not get sunburned. I'm literally doing my best not to get sunburned. It's so bad that my daughter and her dad already literally look so tan. And I'm like,
yeah, oh my gosh.
It's fucking June. And I look over
like
here.
Italian, right?
Yeah, Italian and Greek.
Yeah, well, there you
go.
go.
I'm like, there you go.
I'm like Irish and Arabic, so I always burn first. Like, my chest is literally bright red right now, and that's why I'm wearing this top, because it's like red from yesterday.
Oh,
it's
really?
So
That's
burnt.
so funny. I didn't get that. I was only out there for like an hour.
Yeah,
and I sunscreened the shit out of myself because I was
I forgot my chest. I sunscreened my face and my shoulders, and
I always forget my shoulders. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe because it, like, when you put it on your shoulders and your back gets like really cold, and I was like, ooh.
I caught the worst sunburn in Jamaica once, and my shoulders were like to the gods burnt.
I always used to get it like right here, like on my like. Yeah,
that's where I'm at right now.
I've definitely aged myself there as a child. Damn.
But yeah, I mean, we're gonna try to shoot like little mini episodes when we're not together,
or like even like random little content.
Yeah,
we'll probably put them on all our personal pages too. Like if you want to see that.
But I just we know that there is something. What's today? Something exciting is happening in like a week. The awards, the nomination.
Yeah.
So
not that they won't be able to hear that into the mic.
I'm gonna mute what I just said. Okay. But something is really exciting that's happening in like a week, and I really want to make sure that we're keeping that momentum, because we might be out there a little bit more than we ever have been for Just ADHD Girlies. So I really want to like show that, like, you know, I'd hate to be nominated and then like have no content in the last month. So that's why I'm like trying to really like get on a better schedule for you guys, because I know you guys love us, and that's why you're here, and we appreciate you, and we just want to get out as much as we can.
If you're watching us because you hate us, you're still watching us.
And we still love you.
And we love you.
We love you.
It's reverse psychology. We love you.
Yeah, and honestly, like, there's a fine line between love and hate, so they must love us.
Yeah. I love having the time that I get to be up early, because I have that time with my daughter, but I hate that I'm up early.
Literally.
I love the time that we have, just you and me. But God, I would love it even more if it was after 7.
I'm like, could I just sleep in once until like 8:30? I miss opening my eyes, and I still set my alarm to 10 when
I remember that. It's like, oh, she's not up yet. Oh, she's not working till 10. That's fine.
Now I'm up like every morning at like 7:30, and I'm like, this is so wild.
This whole time, not even time change, just the sun change in time.
We don't even need a time change anymore, honestly.
No,
being toddler moms, like, I don't need to.
I'm like, am I up at 5 or 6 today? Or, it's sunny. You sure? I haven't even opened my eyes.
Walking out from like my like blackout curtains into the living room is just like blasting from all corners, and I'm like,
it's like the second my daughter beams up, I can just like feel her breath like over me, and it's just like, it's sunny, Mom. And I was like,
Blue's new way of getting me out of bed is like pulling my hair, like pulling.
No, it's like and as soon as I hear her say it, I feel like one dog start like the little dog's like
Yeah.
stretching and being all cute, old
Yeah.
man dog. Then I hear a lady coming in like like running down the hallway, like fucking a bullet shot out of a gun and shit. Boom! And they jump on the bed. I'm like, I was like, what?
Literally.
I was like, you guys want to go outside? And he goes, yeah. I was like, God damn, I started name again. He's like, yeah,
That's
let's
okay.
go outside. I'm like, no. Just the dogs. It's too early.
Literally.
It's fine. We'll sleep again when they're in college.
Oh my gosh, yeah. One day I'm going to sleep in. And they're going to call me and I'll be like, sorry, babe, I was sleeping.
Yeah, I'm like, it's 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm making up for lost time.
Literally, like
Leave
you're an
me
adult.
alone.
Go be an
No.
adult.
I'm waiting for the high school days where it's, I think that I can sleep in. I miss the bus.
Ugh, that was my
We can
life.
stay home. It's fine. That's another reason I was like, you sure you don't
My
want to
mom made me
homeschool?
take a taxi once because I missed the bus. And I'm like, why couldn't you just let me go to school downtown? Why'd you have to make me go to school, the freaking school across town?
Yeah,
I could have walked.
So funny.
Oh
my gosh.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. We will see you guys hopefully very soon.
Yeah. We'll give you a date after.
Yeah.
We'll let you know
Yeah.
when we know.
Good morning, good evening, good night.
Goodbye.
Bye.